Her name was Lamy, a 16-year-old girl from a small, forgotten village where dreams died before they even began. Her mother had died giving birth to her, and her father, a chronic drunk, saw her not as a daughter, but as a debt waiting to be collected. The roof leaked, their pots were empty, and the world seemed to conspire against her existence. Lamy was known in the village for her beauty, the kind that drew attention even when she tried to hide behind rags and silence. Her eyes were large and sad, her skin the color of warm honey, her voice soft like the evening wind. Men watched her with hunger, women with envy, and fate with wicked amusement. One evening, her father stumbled into their one-room hut reeking of palm wine, his face swollen from a beating at the gambling table. He looked at her not as a child, but as a bargain. "Lamy," he slurred, "you'll bring me luck tonight." She didn't understand until two men entered the hut, strangers in fine clothes with smiles that didn't reach their eyes. One dropped a bag of money on the table. The father nodded eagerly. Lamy screamed, begged, clawed at the door, but one of the men pressed a cloth to her face. Darkness swallowed her cries. When she woke, the air smelled of perfume, candle wax, and sweat. She was lying on a red velvet bed inside a room she'd never seen before. A woman dressed in black lace leaned over her, smoking. "You're awake," the woman said coldly. "Welcome to House of Silk." Lamy's eyes darted around in panic. "Where's my father?" she whispered. The woman chuckled. "Your father sold you, dear. You belong here now." She dropped her cigarette into a glass and stood. "You're a pretty one. The richest men will fight for your first night." Lamy screamed until her throat bled, but the walls didn't care. For days she refused to eat, refused to speak, until hunger broke her silence. She watched other girls walk in and out of the red doors, painted smiles hiding haunted eyes. One girl, Halima, barely 17, whispered to her, "Don't fight. Fighting only makes it worse. Just pretend you're not here." But Lamy couldn't pretend. Every night she prayed for death, and every morning she woke up to the same nightmare. Then, one evening, Madame Zara, the woman in black lace, entered her room holding a long white gown. "Tonight is your debut. A man has paid 20 million naira for your first time. You should be grateful." Lamy's heart stopped. "Please," she begged, falling to her knees. "I'm not ready." Madame Zara's hand struck her face, hard. "You're ready when I say you are. Clean yourself up." The man arrived at midnight. He was powerful, respected, feared. Rumors said he was a senator. Others said he was into dark things. He entered the room with a confident smirk, locking the door behind him. Lamy sat trembling on the bed, wrapped in the white gown that felt like a shroud. "You're beautiful," he said, unbuttoning his shirt. "Don't be afraid. You'll forget this pain soon." As he reached for her, something strange happened. The candles flickered, the air turned cold, the room smelled suddenly of ashes and blood. The senator paused, frowning. "What's that smell?" he asked. Lamy didn't answer. She was shaking, her lips moving in silent prayer. Then the lights went out. A loud gasp echoed, a choking sound. When the lights flickered back, the senator was on the floor, eyes wide open, his lips foaming, his skin turning black as though burned from the inside. Lamy screamed. The door burst open. Madame Zara and two guards rushed in, their faces twisting in horror. "What happened?" Zara shouted. Lamy was sobbing, pointing at the body. He just fell. I didn't touch him." Zara's eyes darted from the corpse to the trembling girl. "Get her out," she snapped, but the guards refused to touch Lamy. One whispered, "Madam, her eyes, they're glowing." Zara turned slowly. Lamy's tears shimmered under the candlelight, but there was something unnatural in her stare, something ancient and wild. "Please," Lamy whimpered, "I didn't mean it." The madam took a step back, her fear barely hidden. "Lock her in the basement, and don't ever let her near another client again." That night, as thunder rolled outside and the brothel's lights flickered, Lamy sat chained to a post, whispering to the shadows. "Why did you kill him?" she cried. A soft voice answered from the darkness, "Because no one will ever touch you unless I allow it." She froze, trembling. "Who are you?" The voice laughed softly. "You'll remember soon." and somewhere deep within her, a memory stirred of a voice that once promised her protection long before she was born. To be continued.